welcome to episode 26 of 3 Dope Dads. Gotta remember the 3. Mother's Day edition, ladies. Woo!
Women takeover.
Hey. So we would refer to us as like the 3 boss moms, maybe. What do you ladies think?
I like it. I can go with boss moms.
Yeah.
That's fine.
Yeah.
Just fine?
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay. Well,
Whatever you want
okay.
to call it is cool.
All right. Well,
It'll
I'm
be a one and done
bossing.
episode for us, so I'm fine with that.
No, I think they may invite us back. You never know. We may kill it. You know.
We're going to require a lot of editing. a lot of editing.
They're like, we have to deal with them and work with them in regular life, and now we got to do it on a podcast too. All this extra work.
Please just bear with us. Thank you for your patience as we uncover a new territory about what our
Turn the work
husbands-
voice off.
about what our husbands
She
do.
don't like that. You just talk normal. All right. Well, let's introduce ourselves.
Okay. Well, I am Vashni. I am Freedom's fiance, and we have 2 children, a 20-year-old. So that's fun navigating parenting adult teenagers. And then we also have a 5-year-old, Brooklyn and Jeremiah.
I am Danielle. I am Nick, the always heard but never seen. I'm his wife. We have 3 children together. We have a 15-year-old girl and an 11-year-old boy, as well as we have a 21-year-old who is my husband's brother that we have custody of.
Awesome. I am Jessica, also known as Mrs. Benjamin. And Randall and I'm Randall's wife. Have not been on an episode of 3 Dope Dads, but I've been on other episodes of other podcasts with them. So, anywho, Randall and I have 3 kiddos. We have an adult child, a newly adult child. He's 18. He's actually at prom tonight, so I'm navigating that right now. And then we have a 15-year-old boy and a 13-year-old girl. And yeah, that's about how our life rolls. Constant chaos. Like
The
constant.
joys of motherhood.
Even though we have adult children, still constant chaos.
I feel like the adult children are worse than the normal children.
Ooh, that's interesting.
That's crazy with Brooklyn.
So, yeah.
I was about to say the 5-year-old is a lot.
There's-
She's not 5. Where did I
There's
get
like
5 from?
ebbs and
She's 5. She's about to be
flows.
6.
She is.
Yeah.
It's true.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. I don't think your 5-year-old. I don't think you're 20. He's 20.
Yeah.
I don't
he's
think he should
20.
be more work than your 5-year-old.
As we navigate finding a third car for
Oh
him.
yeah. I
So,
forgot about all that
yeah,
stuff. That's
so,
true.
Yeah.
I can't speak on the subject of adult children because mine has only been adult for like a month. And he's even already told us, hey, I'm not full grown yet. So he's like, he just was like, hey, I just want y'all to know, please don't kick me out. Like, hey, I'm not there.
Jalen does the same thing. He's like, hey, I ain't trying to pay bills.
Right.
Like,
For
just let
real.
me live here.
Right.
I love that though, because I mean, I'd rather them accept that than to think they are grown and
Right.
try to move out before they're ready.
Right.
So it's like if I could rewind the clocks, I would stay. Well, I probably wouldn't.
I wouldn't.
But I would be okay not paying rent for as long as possible.
I've gone back home a few times.
Really?
To not have to pay rent. Like with my whole family, husband and children in tow. Hi ho, hi
Oh,
I guess
ho.
I
Jesus.
came back
Like-
home too, but I bought it. So
Well, that's different. I didn't buy mine.
Mic drop.
My parents are
Damn.
just super nice and was like, oh, 'cause, well, we got the military and we needed a place to stay. Well, we looked for a place to stay. So we went back home because we were coming across states, and so it made sense that we stayed at home for a while. We may have just stayed a little longer than I thought we were going to. But it was all good.
I'm sure they probably thought the same thing.
They probably did. They've always been so nice about the stuff, but they probably did.
I don't think I ever. Yeah, I left. I want to say I was 18. I lived with my cousin for like 2 years. If you ask her, she's gonna be like, "It was 2 years, but it felt like 5." But yeah, no, we've been.
But I think
out.
some of that is because all of us had our kids younger, so it just made
Yeah.
sense for us to leave the house.
Mhm.
Like our boys, all of our adult children don't have children. And hopefully
Thank
we're
God.
not having them
Praise the
anytime
Lord.
soon.
Jesus.
No time
Thank
soon.
God.
Good
You cannot
Lord.
have kids until you're 45.
Like, for real.
Yeah,
I used to
no.
think that my parents used to say that type of stuff because it was a thing of like having couth about yourself. Like, oh, to be a lady, you shouldn't be having your babies like super young or whatever. But now it's like, no, it's how much freaking responsibility. There's a lot of work.
And money.
Yes.
Money.
And
dollar
lots of money.
bills. Yeah.
In
don't
which
nobody got
none
that.
of our adult children seem to have.
No.
Yeah. So it's
Yeah.
agreeable that there no grandbabies should be coming anytime soon.
Please don't knock on my
I actually
door.
don't have a worry of that right now. So yeah.
Mm-mm.
I worry
Mine's
about
just
other
not social
things
enough.
besides children. That ain't it.
I'm gonna say that since you didn't elaborate, that's just not for the show. That wasn't for you guys. That was something particular for her brain.
Sometimes we're still working on the did you brush your teeth every day?
Oh,
Oh.
no, nope, yep.
Yeah.
Just
Babies ain't on his agenda.
with that, we're gonna get right into our
Yeah,
first
yeah,
topic.
let's go. Come
How
on.
about that? So all of us
I-
are working moms. I
Yes.
went through a phase where I wasn't. For a while, I did the stay-home mom thing for a little bit. But even then, I ran a daycare out of my home. So I don't really know if that would be
Counts.
considered a stay-home mom because I was home all day, but I was working. Like,
yeah.
yeah.
you
So,
was.
but so we're all working moms. So I thought we should talk about that for a little bit, what that's like, trying to balance all of that out and stuff.
For me, it's hard. It is so damn hard. I'll never forget after Brooklyn transitioned from Fred's mom watching her, the daycare she went to was a faith-based ministry in Brooklyn. Oh, I just love her, but she is one sickly child. And we would get calls like every other day. Like
I
her
remember
nose
that.
is running.
Yeah.
You know, she needs to be picked up. It was just horrible. Like transitioning during that phase was hell.
I can only
That
imagine how much you
preemie baby.
paid.
Yes.
Like the cost of childcare is through the roof.
Yes. And then it's the fact that it's like a runny nose. Like
Yeah.
kids are snotty. Like
Yeah.
I feel like that's a common. But I feel
And
like
sometimes I'm
you
snotty as an adult.
You gonna
Send
leave,
me
TMI.
you gonna leave that man alone? Oh, I see what you're talking about. You. Oh, dude.
cooties. But yeah, I felt like, you know, and then it's like that mom guilt, right? Where it's kind of like, you know, I need to be here to prove that, you know, I am a strong asset. But like that's my baby. So it's like if she needs me,
I need to.
it's
be there.
like
yeah.
yeah, drop everything. I need to go get her. So I feel like now I don't want to say I've mastered it, but I feel more at ease. Like she is in kindergarten. We're getting fewer and fewer calls. Like me and Fred have a system. So, you know, if she does need to be picked up or if she needs to stay home, we have those plans in place.
So I'm definitely the one that, and this may be why I chose education as my field. But I've always been the one that I'm like, I'm gonna drop everything when my kids need me. And so and I still have a lot of mom guilt, even though I'm like that. But I cannot be at a job, be somewhere where people are like, no, you can't go. You can't leave. And I know that my child needs me. It just wouldn't work. Like, I can guarantee this is my notice. So I don't know. I've been very comfortable in that for a while. And I hate that. I don't think moms should be put in positions to need to feel like they have to choose between, can I do this career and be like the best at what I'm doing here, then plus also be a great mom. But I do feel like we're often put into those situations where
You have to choose.
you have to choose. Like either you're going to be like, you know, a lot of ladies, their careers don't take off until after they've mothered, you know what I
Yep.
mean? Or either they had a great career and then that child feels like they were never around. Back to what you were saying about mom guilt and stuff. And I feel like it just shouldn't be like that. I feel like ladies should be able to have both in that balance. And like we wear a lot of hats, we do a lot of things, But it should not be between can I provide for my family or take care of my family. Like they should be one and the same. And so I think that's why I chose childcare and chose to work with children, because I was like, okay, I'm going to still take care of my kids, but I'm also going to make money doing it, if that kind of makes sense. Well, that was part of why I chose it. So,
Oh yeah. I feel like my jobs have I've made it to where it grows as I grow my children. So like when I first had Lexi, I was a waitress, and I found out pretty quickly that breastfeeding and being a waitress and working an 8-hour shift it's not possible. There's nowhere to pump. There's nowhere to do anything.
Your customers didn't love you showing up.
Oh
with,
no,
with
absolutely not. It wasn't the milk they were ordering. I promise.
Health department
just
issue.
wasn't.
Right?
I was grateful for my job at the time. I loved it. I loved working at the restaurant. I made amazing friends there, lifelong friends that I still talk to, and even the business owners I still respect. But for me, that was something that after I had Lexi, I had to step away from it. And then it was shortly after that I dove into running a daycare, because I knew that I wanted to stay home, but I still had to make money to stay home. So I ran a daycare. We did the in-home daycare throughout Avery and Lexi, just because I wanted to be there, but I still needed to make money. From there, I did insurance. It wasn't too long into that where I realized that I was just done with that too, and then started my own business, which I feel like you think is going to give you the freedom that you want in life and the ability, but I feel like with anything, starting a business, you're running it all the time. I'm doing things at home. I'm doing things before bed. I'm sleeping, and that's all I'm thinking about is what does the business need? What does this need?
It's literally like having a toddler.
Turn it off.
Right. But it's like having a kid of a whole nother child entity.
But I feel like now it's a whole new level of managing kids and the business, because now I have to make sure that if I need to step away for the kids, my employees are there and they can help. Or right now I have all female employees, so they all have kids. So I have to make sure that when something like that comes up, I'm not the boss that's going to be don't go.
Right.
I'm always the boss that's no, go, please go. What do you need from me to help you get there? That's just kind of how I run it.
To them, though.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
I think that's why I've been able to keep employees, is because if they need to be there, I figure out a way to accommodate my schedule so they can go get their kid for whatever reason.
Right.
Or if they don't have childcare, they bring their kids with them and
That's
they hang
what
out at the
mine do.
store. So
Yeah, I'm gonna say that's what mine do. So
that's just the accommodating way. We're a small family business, and family is the front of it. But,
I think you should plug the business here.
oh yeah. I guess that would help, guys.
Yeah.
So I have a store, Gaskin Fantastic Finds. It's located in Cumberland. We've been open for 2 years in July.
Woo!
I know, and hopefully by July we'll actually own our building.
You
So it's a huge step for us.
Yes.
I'm really excited. But anyways, back to our kids. I'm not an advertising person, guys.
It's okay.
The reason
You
why
won that
we're all
plug. I
moms.
promise. It's my favorite store in Indy, and not just because she's one of my best friends. It's actually a fantastic store. So you should really come see about it and everything.
She will not share with me the total that I have spent this year because I think she wants to continue to keep me as a customer. So
as a friend.
if that I'm terrified. Let me check my credit card statement.
I already know because I just look around the house and I'm like, that's from Danielle's. That's from Danielle's.
Yeah.
That's from
Yes,
Danielle's.
we
And I'm just like,
do
oh, I
the
bought that
same
there. And so,
thing.
yeah.
That's what I mean. My
Or-
products last.
That's right. And they're useful. They're things you need.
Yes, or we feel guilt. We had to go to Costco and we were shopping, and Fred was like, "Do we check the Gaskin store?"
I
if
do the
they
same
have
thing.
it?" And I'm
I'll
like,
be in Walmart and be like, oh, I'm not going to buy this today, knowing I need it today. I
Yes,
need this soap.
right.
I need it. I got teenagers at home, but no.
Yeah,
I ain't
let
gonna buy it
me
today.
check with Danielle
I gotta
first.
go see Danielle first.
I gotta see the plug.
That's because our prices are below everybody else's. I promise it's not anything crazy. It's
Sorry.
It's actual cheap price.
And the products are great. And my children do have soap, just in case you guys, so you don't call CPS. Bruh, we do have soap. That was probably
But
not
if they
the greatest
use
example.
it is the question.
Well,
Oh,
that's always a thing. I have to ask, are we having deodorant? Are we good? Are we
Oh
good? Are
my
we good? Are we good? Are we
gosh.
good?
did everyone's kids go through that funky phase where it's like,
I still
oh my
have kids
gosh,
there.
I'm taking a shower, but then you bust open the door and they're just standing there while the shower's running?
I have one. I have one
I
like
don't
that.
know. I don't tend to bust in the door.
I don't
while
bust.
they
I'm about to say, yeah, I
showering.
don't go in there. I don't
When I
know.
say
We got
bust-
two bathrooms.
when I
so
say
I
bust
just
it's
go
in
to
the
a
the
hard
bathroom.
process
like-
getting him in there.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, I
I
know
mean,
what
if
you're
you
saying.
busted it on me in the shower, I'd probably just stand there too. Like, what you
What
want,
do
man?
you need?
Like,
So the question is, why your ass ain't in the shower?
right now?
Maybe he had things to take care of before he got in. I don't know. I
Like
stopped
sitting
bathing
on
my
the
kids so long
toilet,
ago that I
doing
don't
like
know. But I
this?
just know that we've had some issues with some different scents that weren't that great.
Oh,
And they didn't seem to be as concerned themselves as we were about such things. So, but yeah, that's really freaking
Yeah.
funny.
the
Kids are
funky
great.
face.
The funky face.
That's what I
Dun,
call it.
dun,
I
dun.
call it the funky face. Like
It's actually
where
very
they,
common,
Oh,
especially with boys.
yeah. Oh.
So
Avery's favorite line is, "Oh, I forgot." I said, "Oh, I know. I can smell it."
you don't have to tell me.
But then the crazy thing is, if they're going somewhere special, they have to take like the longest shower and then they spray all this cologne. And it's like, if you just consistently take showers, period, you wouldn't have to like do so much
Not
for
a
a
stitch
special
in time. A
occasion.
stitch in time. That's fantastic.
Like, it's just ridiculous to me. That's just, oh,
I don't
it's
think
like my
Zion wore
one
any
pet
cologne to prom.
really?
They're not really cologne guys. Like
Really?
Not even the oil?
every now and then they might put on oil, but they just don't. But Zion is such a clean child. Like Red
didn't
and
have
I
a funky
cleaned our
face.
room the other day, and Zion came in and said, "I'm proud of y'all." Like I'm letting you know, this child is such an organized, clean. He
So,
bathes
I-
so regularly. He washes his own sheets. He washes his own clothes. Like I don't say nothing to him. He just be like, okay, let me go take care of this. Okay, let me go, and like he just does it. So
Oh.
he's just
I
a
need
very
Zion
together
and Jeremiah
person.
to hang
I
around.
was just thinking that too.
more.
But Jalen hangs out with Zion, and that still ain't rubbed off. So.
Yeah,
And they never hung out where Zion
yeah.
is doing all this stuff, but he does. He's very, very, very good at that. So I don't know if he just doesn't feel like he has like sensory things. He doesn't really like overwhelming smells or whatever.
Mhm.
So that's also probably another reason why they don't
Use cologne.
lose cologne or whatever. Yeah. But he
Makes
was clean
sense.
as all get out. I'll
He
have them
was
post
looking
a
so
picture.
handsome.
Yeah, I was like, oh my goodness. I was like, look at you. And I was like, smells, I can see your dimple. Because every picture he kept like trying to be like serious. I'm like, dude, you're not in prison. Like, what's happening? Like, can you smile? And he
He's on
found
grown man status.
I understand. He was like,
He
Mom.
was trying to give you that GQ,
Yeah,
like that
I
Rico
think that's what was
Suave.
happening. But I'm like,
I'm sure he was
"Sir."
holding a chin.
Yeah,
like,
all of the
He
above.
was. You saw the picture.
Yes.
Yeah.
And I was like, but sir, you have double dimples. And I don't know why you have double dimples, but I'm like, smile so I can see them. I want to see my little baby. So I didn't cry. I actually did tear up, but it wasn't because of the prom pictures. It was because we also took a picture of him in his cap and gown. And once he put the cap and gown on, once the cap went on, I was like, oh, like there are the tears. And I was like, oh gosh, I gotta get my life together. So, but I did good. They
I feel
didn't
like
come
that's
down
gotta be a
my
moment.
face.
See, I
Yeah.
Watching your
didn't-
first baby actually
Yeah,
go across.
it's a
the
moment.
stage.
So I did not cry.
Really?
When Jeremiah, I mean, I may need to double check with Fred, but I really don't think I cried when he graduated from high
I bet
school.
Fred cried.
I think no. I think I cried. I know I cried.
I can't feel it.
Oh,
and it's
oh,
gone.
See, spill on aisle 2. But I cried when
Spill
I
on
dropped
aisle,
him
It really is.
off at college, like on the way home.
Oh, that would be over.
I cried.
I still remember my
Yeah,
parents
I
dropped me
remember
off
that.
at college. I didn't cry until they were driving off in the car. And then I
Oh,
was
you
like,
cried.
and I cried. My mom was bawling. But they also dropped, like, we lived in Indiana. They dropped me off in Florida. And I had never been away from home. So
I would have been distraught.
it was a hot mess. If, like, for people like me that have, like, a really close family
Mhm.
and we spent a lot of time, like, I still went out and hung out with friends and stuff like that, but I was not prepared to be off by myself that far away from home because I call my mom every day. I still call her almost every day. So, yeah, that was wild. I don't suggest going far away if you're really close knit to your family. You actually get along. Yeah.
Gotta throw that get along.
The get
part
along
in.
part is important because there's a lot of people that when they graduate, they're like, I've never got along with y'all.
I'm
Let me get up
outie.
out of here. So I hope my kids don't feel that way. I don't think any of them do. I know they don't. I know they don't. So, all right. Speaking on that, mom guilt. Let's have a look. We've kind of brought this up and talked about it a tiny bit as how it like goes with work and stuff. But I feel like this is something that moms are constantly dealing with. Like, even when we know we're giving our kids the best that we can, and even when we're showing up over there, like, I'm the mom that will show up to almost every single thing. Let me miss one. Let me just have one thing that I missed. I can't, like, my brain can't let it be. Like, I will feel bad about that for forever. And I could be like on my deathbed sick. That's why I missed it. It doesn't matter. I feel like horrible that it didn't happen. You know what I mean? So, and even so, I also think I carry a lot of mom guilt when it comes down to, like, I guess for me with Zion, because Zion grew up with this because we had him so young. So, like, with him, when he hit certain milestones, I'm like, man, by this milestone, I thought I would have been in a more better place to help him with this milestone. Does that make sense what I'm saying? Like, like buy a car, like turning 16 and buying a car. We weren't in a position to, but he doesn't even have his permit. So that was 2 years ago. But the thought process really bothered me because I was just like, I'm not ready to buy him a car. And I felt like I would be in a place that by the time he turned 16, I would be there. So, with like little things like that, I think I've had a lot of mom guilt. I'm always like, okay, well, I'm gonna do better next time, or I'm gonna do better on the next milestone or whatever. And then the next milestone comes, the next one comes. I'm like, oh shoot, I'm really out here messing this mess up. Like, I'd be like, I wonder, am I messing them up? But then I'm like, they talk to me and I'm like, oh, I know they're happy because I asked them these questions and, and I pray over them and all these things. And so but still, my own, and don't get me started with that girl. She'll lay some mom guilt on hard. Oh, mom, yeah, I can't spend the night at people's houses. Everyone else is doing it is the number one thing I hear in my house. I'll be like, this girl could be a commercial. like it's pretty wild. But yeah, so I was just wondering what you guys' thoughts are and all that. I think a lot of moms have these thoughts.
Oh yeah. I feel like I have mom guilt for random stuff. Like, I don't know. To me, like, I was picked on a lot as a kid. So, like, I've always made sure that, like, my kids look nice. Like, they have a lot of stuff to wear and a lot of options and things like that, which that's something I can control. But I feel like I have mom guilt about other stuff that's, like, out of my control.
Mm-hmm.
Like, we don't have a lot of family. Like, our kids have no grandparents left. So, like, I have guilt for that. Like, they don't have that large support system or anything like that. So, like, I feel like I get a lot of mom guilt just from what I'm not able to give them anymore, like what they've never really had. But I feel like I try to fill it in with other ways, like my extended friend group that's become my family and just becomes like the people for them that they don't have anymore. I feel like I get guilt a lot over that. It's also sucky at Mother's Day, just not having a mom. So it's a little touchy for this episode. Yeah. But that's just part of it for me. That's part of my normal. But I don't know. I feel like there's just a lot of things that moms have guilt over. And especially with running a business, I feel like there's a lot that I have to miss. Like, if everybody calls in, there's nobody else to do it. Like, I got to do it. And when I'm working every other weekend and you've got a baseball game every weekend, I make maybe half. And I watch it. I'll watch it on like the little app. I can't remember. Game Changer, I think is the app. I love that thing.
Yeah. Game Changer's awesome.
Because I can like watch it without being there. Technology's definitely helped that. That's just a lot of the mom guilt I carry, I feel like. What about you, Vash?
So when Brooklyn had her seizures and then like when she was hospitalized, I feel like my mom guilt was always like I am giving more attention to Brooklyn and not enough attention to Jeremiah. Like, I feel like no one prepares you, which sounds wild, but like the transition from one child to two, and then with them being so far apart in age, and like I'm trying to navigate like helping Jeremiah figure out like what's next for him, like making sure that he's choosing a career path that he's able to take care of himself and his future family, which hopefully is 10 to 15 years away. But I felt like that is something, and it's something still that I like struggle with now. Like Brooklyn wants to go to Chuck E. Cheese. Well, Jeremiah doesn't want to go to Chuck E. Cheese with us. You know what I mean? Like
that's something you can't do on the east side now.
right? Yeah. There's nothing for us here,
Chuck E. Cheese
guys.
is out.
Yeah. There's
My
nothing.
kids were just talking about going there like last week.
It's so sad. There's
yeah,
so much around us.
we have nothing. So I feel like that's something that I'm really trying to be better at, just being more intentional. But I know it's the guilt that we can never shake. But I'm always just like,
I feel like no matter how much we give and no matter how great we are, there's always going to be some part in us that is like kind of nagging we or eating us about how we could be better or how we could do better. And the funny thing is, I feel like if we actually talk to our kids about how they feel about us,
they don't give a fuck.
They think we're doing just fine. And so I think we're our own biggest critics, if that makes sense. And sometimes we really have to get out of our minds. And that's why we talk with like each other. And we tell each other, no, you're a fantastic mom. Right. Like I see you out here doing your thing. You know what I mean? And so it's important to have that friend group, and even maybe you have that significant other that will be like, hey, like, you're not failing. It's okay. Wow, you missed one game. You missed one performance. You missed whatever. But, like, I see you out here at everything else. Not that the guys always come out and say these things. But
I mean, Nick usually is pretty good about it. Or he'll be like, it's okay. He didn't hit a ball anyway.
That's
like,
really funny.
Yeah, I saw that.
That's really funny.
That's the kind of support we need from our fellas, okay? Yeah.
I agree. I think, well, Randall, sometimes he will. It just depends. And so, but sometimes I don't even tell him about, because he has a lot of things he's already dealing with, so I may not even mention because I'm like, mom guilt is just something that's there and then it comes and goes or whatever. So it's not even something that I may even bring up. If it's really, really bothering me, then I will say something, like if they brought me like to the point of tears, then I'm like, I'm going to say something. Yeah. And he will normally then, say all the good things and remind me of all the times I've showed up, He's like, you show up over and over and over and over again. But it's so funny. Another reason why sometimes I get mom guilt is because the moms, I'll say something like, I don't get up with my kids in the morning. I don't see my kids till the afternoon because I don't. I'm not a morning person. My husband's a morning person. He gets up with them. I used to. For years, for over a decade, that was all I did is get up in the morning, put kids on bus, like make sure that happened. Or got ready for childcare or whatever I was doing for the day. But I don't anymore. And I'm like, I don't see my kids till later. And like, you should see the look on people's faces. They look at me like something is wrong with me. And I'm like, I had like this brief moment of mom guilt. And then I remember I'm not a morning person. They probably are happier that I'm not getting up with them because I was mean. I'm not a nice person in the morning. So,
I feel like
that's not cool either for moms to judge other moms.
Oh my goodness.
No.
I feel like we just need to end that.
Yeah, like for real. Because I feel like for the most part, most people we interact, I won't say most, but a lot of people that we interact with are trying their best. Everyone is out here dealing with something. Everyone else is out here, like moms in particular, are wearing tons of hats, doing all the things, and they're trying. And so having that judgmental feel, and I'm like, you never know where you would be if you were in their exact situation. And you can't say that you understand their exact situation because you've never been in anyone's exact situation. You know what I mean? So
plus it's easy to look.
From
the outside.
From the outside and
looking.
And then you never know what their own mental state is. Like you never know what type of inner battle someone is fighting. And it might have just been because like a lot of the reason why we made that transition to me not getting up in the morning was because at that time I was dealing with depression and anxiety like really heavy. So it was hard for me to even get out of bed, let alone get children up and out of bed and make sure, you know what I mean? And so someone might look at me and be like, oh, that's a thing you did. But it was something they didn't know that I was not in a state where I could function we did what was best for our kids. You know what I mean? I'm not in that particular state anymore, but now I just like to lay in the bed and just do what I'm doing.
I feel like as a parent too, like with depression and anxiety, I feel like half the time your kids can kind of bring you out of it too.
It's true.
Because my kids are definitely my biggest bullies. Like 100% my biggest bullies.
Her biggest ops.
I need to know why they're your ops.
Right?
Like, this is fantastic. I can think of one thing Zion said about me once, but he brought me out of like a thing.
Yeah.
And it made me think like, and I also think like I admire them. So sometimes I'll see like them going through something or them dealing with something that I know I've been in a whole funk about myself that I've been dealing with in a certain time, and I watch the way they handle it, I'm like,
Where'd
hey.
you learn that?
yeah, I'm like, dang. I'm like, let me be more like, dude, I look up to you. Like,
But they probably
that's pretty
learned
cool.
it from you. But
Probably.
it's like,
But I don't know, because sometimes my performance level be down here. So I'll be like, how you do that?
Oh my goodness.
ebbs and flows.
Right?
It's the plus and minuses of raising sarcastic children.
Oh,
my
my
gosh.
goodness. And who have
And who have their parents' sense of humor.
yes, who have great sense of humor. That's how mine are too. I really had to learn to get over a joke because there was some times in there where I would be like butthurt about jokes. And I was
Right?
like, I can't be this person. One, because I joke too much myself. Like, I'm one of those people, I'll be writing checks and be like, oh, no, don't say it back to me. So, but
100%.
like I can say that to you, but you can't say that back to me because now my feelings is hurt. And so I had to really learn to get past that because if you guys know my husband, that's all he does is joke. He lives
Yes,
in a
he
world
does.
of joke. And so
I do it
I
too.
had
I do it
to
a lot.
learn it.
You're reckless.
No, yeah.
You are
too.
reckless.
Love it.
No one is
But
on
my
your
jokes
level.
are funny. Like, they laugh it.
Are they?
They're funny.
Are
I
they?
promise.
For the most part,
They're funny.
I concur.
Is it funny or is it lethal?
Lethal and funny
Maybe
can
it's
fall
just
in
lethal
together.
because it's like all based on truth.
That's
Ooh,
why
okay,
she goes because they
okay.
say that a great joke has truth to it, right?
Fair.
And so
I'll-
the thing
I'll
is
give
she
you
will
that.
take truths that are horrid.
Wild. It'll be like my
It'll be
real
like
life
something
trauma.
horrid, like trauma.
Yes.
And she will make it into a
Oh
joke.
my
So
gosh.
That's where we're like,
That is wild
That's
that
why we
you
don't
do
never know that, you know.
I'm like, oh, we're talking about something serious. Let me comfort you. And you're like,
I'm
well,
like, nope. And another one.
yes.
yeah,
And I'm
every
like,
time. Every time.
did you just say that?
Yes, and that's every time. I'll be like, wait, what?
It's
So
like
yeah.
clutching my pearls.
Pearls
But,
all the
yeah.
time. I do feel like Danielle should buy us pearls so we could actually hold on
Jesus.
to them.
I might have some at the store.
Gaskin's Fantastic Finds, plug number 2.
It's too easy.
What do you not have at the store?
Free Dope Dads really Danielle advertisement.
Oh my
Horrible.
goodness. That is too funny. Well, let me see, guys. Our next thing is the cost of living. I said that's so upbeat, like it's a happy thing to
We
talk
should just
about.
skip this one. They're really
It-
gonna think it's an advertisement for my store.
It's just horrible.
Yeah,
Like, will I ever be a homeowner?
I think about that all the time too. Even though right now I'm like, I don't want to cut grass. I never cut grass, but I don't.
Oh, I
I
wasn't
don't want
gonna
to have to
cut
deal with
grass.
cutting
You guys
grass.
don't have to cut it. I thought you guys did have to. at your
No,
house.
that my husband cuts grass and
Oh.
my children cut grass.
Oh,
I
that's
don't
why
cut grass.
we shouldn't have to do that.
I'm about to say.
Yeah.
Well, I guess I'm different because I love hopping on that riding lawnmower.
Yeah, it's a no for me.
It's a hard no for me too. There
It's
is no
given
riding,
a man
and I'm allergic
job.
to half
I
the
mean,
grass.
not
It's
that
a
I'm being
no. It's not
sexist,
fair.
I don't know.
Yeah.
I'll do the man job, women job crap because I love riding the mower. I wouldn't push the mower. That sounds like work.
But
But
as
the
long as
riding
I'm
mower,
riding on my
I
ass,
don't know.
we
It's kind of
good.
just like, all right.
Do you listen to music? I've heard my
No.
one girlfriend, she was just like, it's relaxing if you listen to music.
No, I
But
think I
does it
just
not
listen to
bother your
the-
like? It bothers my allergies. So cut grass makes me itch all over.
Well, I don't
like-
ever touch the grass.
No,
Like,
just this. It's in the air. Like if I'm riding down the
I know what
street
you mean.
and the people are cutting grass, I'll roll the windows up until I'm past them, so it doesn't get in my car because the smell is
Yeah.
the smell in the air. It
I
like
feel like you're
it
allergic
triggers
to
me
everything.
so
Why
bad.
was I thinking that?
Because
you
I'm not
read
allergic
my
to grass.
mind. I was about to
I
say,
told you
well,
guys my allergist says I should live in a bubble.
The only thing I'm allergic to is codeine, so I can't do any good drugs.
Oh.
But like
Oh,
everything else,
it's like mom takeover after dark.
I'm
Why's
just
it gotta be
saying, if
after
I go to
dark?
get a tooth pulled, like I can't even take those.
That's
drugs.
messed up.
Better get you some Tylenol 3.
Yeah, that's what I get.
I'm sorry.
Is that really?
Yeah,
That's it,
usually, yeah.
girl. I
Plus-
had them retest me.
Yeah. Please let me almost dying.
I don't
dude.
care about the grass, but I care about the hard drugs. That is wild. I don't care about picnics with the kids, but I'm gonna need the codeine. Like that is crazy.
I don't know. Like I did.
They ain't doing no procedures on me without no
I just
hard
feel like when you're
drugs. I
allergic
don't
to
care.
something like that, it makes you scared of everything.
I would think so.
So like
I
with
believe.
my first
believe
kid, like
that.
I did natural childbirth
Wait, on
on
both?
Lexi. On
Oh,
Lexi,
okay.
I did nothing.
So you've known for forever.
So with Avery, you was like,
Yeah, I
I'll take
was,
that
like,
chance. Give me the drugs.
9 or 10.
And what was your reaction?
I like broke out in hives and I couldn't breathe
Oh.
and like it was
You
bad.
had a full reaction.
Yeah.
A full system reaction. That's
like
crazy.
I get like the big red like don't give her drugs bracelet.
I always get those too,
Oh,
but not because of all that.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
I'm thankful that my kids though they don't have any allergies really.
My kids have everything I have and
Aw.
some, so we just
Yeah.
all deal with
I
it.
haven't had that really.
That's great.
Jalen has like seasonal allergies, so he takes like a regular daily allergy
Mhm.
meds. But Lexi and Avery are usually pretty good. I like to think my titty milk.
Yeah. Back to waitressing. We understand.
I'm so
But you know, my
done.
kids had titty milk too, and
Well, damn, I don't know.
Yep,
Jessica.
that my
That's
genes-
what it was. Then.
my
It was you
allergy
sending it to
horrible.
them.
Genes
were
You
just
like,
stronger.
"Here, please take these allergies from my
Horrible.
body.
That is wild.
And then you wonder why people have mom guilt. This is why. This is why.
So my
It's
children
me, I'm the bully.
didn't get any titty milk, and I feel like they're fine. I mean, Brooklyn is sickly, but
I
Lord
think
Jesus.
that might be because she was just born.
Oh
was a
yeah,
preemie baby.
That's
she was
why
a
preemies
preemie.
are normal.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's
She
pretty.
just wanted to come
Or-
out and be like, "Happy birthday, Danielle." I was like, "Oh, Brooklyn."
And this is why my daughter acts like a smart ass 30-year-old is because they are birthday twins.
We are I
Same
love
personality. It's wild.
Their personality. Is
I get
pretty.
bullied by her,
She'll be
and then I go
6,
home and get bullied by
Brooklyn. And
my
I'll be
daughter.
36.
I see no lies.
Yeah.
Yeah, I love.
You guys are
Brooklyn, though.
exactly 30 years apart.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yep.
That's
We
really
share the
cool.
birthday.
I knew you guys shared a birthday, but I didn't
I
realize you guys were
celebrate it every
exactly-
year with Brooklyn.
She does. She a true friend.
Well, you are the best of friends.
But it's usually
But
like, "Hey, Brooklyn, I
dang.
love you. I don't
I-
want no cake. Here's a present."
I just realized
Right.
we will never get to travel because of Brooklyn.
Why do you say that?
Thank God. she
Brooklyn
don't
will be
like
18
travel.
eventually.
Oh yeah, true.
I'm about to say she
True.
does grow up.
She
I'm
planning
like,
my
what are
whole
you
life
saying?
out for me, y'all. I need new friends.
That's what. Oh,
Not new friends.
don't do me like that.
Don't do me like that.
All right, we're gonna move on.
This was supposed to be recorded earlier. I'm getting tired, y'all.
Yeah. Let's talk about OG parenting
They are
versus
firing us.
gentle parenting.
Yeah, I don't know. I've only ever had OG parenting. That's all I've ever given. But I did break
You
a lot
are
of cycles.
not no.
She is not an OG
she
parent
is
at all.
lying.
These are not truths.
You are lying.
These are not truths.
Lying. And you know how I know that you're not an OG parent? Because I'm sure if I called your kids in here and asked them what's a switch, would they be able to answer that?
Oh, no. Because I feel like half of my childhood was trauma. So I'm all about breaking the cycle.
Oh,
So
so,
you're
then so you
gentle
are a gentle.
parent.
You are
I'm not a gentle parent. I'm not like a, please sit down and have a seat.
No, there's
No, I'm
different.
like a sit down or I'm going to let your daddy beat your ass.
Oh.
That's different levels.
So
As a
you the
female,
gentle parent,
you threaten.
he's
I
the
feel like
OG
all
parent.
moms threaten.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, that's
But I feel like
I'm
a lot of
about
my
action.
parenting styles have like, I don't know, they're just different. Like I definitely grew up on the like eat what you're given to the point of like I remember having to sit at the table for like 4 hours to eat some peas. It was horrible. I even had friends that would come over for
I
dinner and they
love
were
peas.
scared like if they didn't eat all their food. Like I remember in 4th grade this little girl
They
came.
were scared.
I swear she came over for dinner and I still remember her name. Her name was Ashley. And she came over for a sleepover and she was eating dinner and she was so scared of my mom that she was going to eat all her food. She covered them green beans in ketchup so bad that like she couldn't taste them anymore.
Yeah.
And my sense of humor, I thought it was funny. So when I went to her birthday party the next year, I gave her a bag of ketchup.
Oh, no, you
to
were
have
right.
this type of sense of humor
As
at
a
a young
child.
age is wild.
It's wild.
Like, who raised you?
And why did your
Do I
parents
have
say
to
yes? You
answer
could
that?
buy your child. Why did your parents agree to
There
let you
was a
buy
real
her?
gift because my mom thought it was so funny that the little girl ate green beans with ketchup.
I bet
Like,
she did.
Oh.
She didn't realize that it was because
It was her fault.
She did
Like,
not
what?
realize it was
That it was out of
because she
fear.
was terrified. Like my mom was just like, "Oh, that's so weird. Like she really loves ketchup. Yeah, we can buy her some."
Yeah, that's no.
That's wild.
But I'm not
Oh,
that mom.
so
I'm totally.
many-
I feel
well,
like
we know you're not that
Lexi
mom.
has like the food and the sensory issues, so 90% of that little girl's diet is Chick-fil-A.
Yes, the Lord's chicken.
Like it just is because it's one of the safe foods that I'll know she'll eat, and I'm like, I would rather you eat than not.
Than not have
You know what I
any.
mean? So I don't know. I'm some weird mix of like OG and gentle because I
feel
don't know.
like
To me,
that's
gentle
what it's
parenting is
supposed to
not
be.
me.
I feel like there's layers. Like I'm definitely not the gentle parent that's like, Jeremiah, please take out the trash. I'm like, Jeremiah, get your
Ooh, what do you say, Vash? Enlighten me.
Jeremiah.
Please sit down.
No, like I'm
She ain't gonna say it on the
loud
camera.
and I scream and I say, get your ass down here and take out this motherfucking trash
Dang,
now.
all over the trash.
My
Yeah.
thought process is you have one thing to do. Why
Wow.
not just
Yeah.
do it?
So
Yeah.
I agree with that. That whole, I'm not going to ask you over and over again.
Oh my gosh.
Like
that
that's not gonna
drives
even
me
my students know I'm
crazy.
not gonna ask you over and over again. It's not gonna happen because this is a thing about respect. This is not, like if I'm gonna respect you, you're gonna respect me. That's how it works. I respect you. I let you have your space. I let you do all these other different things. There is no way you are going to disrespect me. Like especially in my own house. Like this is not gonna happen. And so I'm all for like I am a gentle teacher. I will definitely say that. I am definitely a gentle parent in a whole lot of ways versus how I was raised. My parents were not about that life. And not so much like your mom, but different ways.
Oh my god.
I grew up getting spankings, folks.
But I didn't get beat.
I didn't get beat. That's true. I know what a switch is.
I didn't either. I
And-
made sure I was really, really good to avoid.
Oh,
those.
I was very well behaved child, but I definitely got spankings. So without a shadow of a doubt, got spankings. I
Dang,
still
can
remember
count
some of
on
them.
my hand
I can
how many
count on my
spankings I got.
hand.
Are you
Yeah.
serious?
Now my brother, like
You
there's
guys can
probably
count
a
on your
whole
hands
book,
how many
like a
spankings you
whole
got.
book.
Yeah,
Like,
I mean-
listed.
Oh, I got tore up.
Why
I got
did you
spankings in the
keep-
car. I got spankings in the house.
But why
I got
did you
spankings
keep
outside.
doing things to
What
get
do you
spanked
mean?
for?
She didn't learn the first time.
Because I was a child and I had a lot. So
No, you was just hard headed.
I know I wasn't hard headed. I was not hard headed. I listened
She
to.
gone.
I think the
I was a
definition
very.
of
I was a very.
hard-headed is
No.
soft
Hard
ass, and
headed
your
means
ass was getting soft.
I listened to my parents. The issue was I was witty. So I would listen to what they had to say, but I would find the loopholes. in it.
Wait, did you just say you was witty?
Witty. Yeah. Witty.
That's why your ass was beat. Like, ain't no being
It wasn't
witty.
me. I was just corrected on
No.
multiple occasions, way more than a handful.
Witty.
So
Being witty got your ass beat. That's crazy.
I'm just-
why is that crazy?
Because I'll never forget. I'll never forget this. My mom had told me to wash dishes. I want to say I was in high school. I think I was a freshman. And, you know, I was feeling myself. I was getting smart. Like, I'm always having to
No,
wash the
never
dishes.
did that. I never
My
got smart
brother
with my
never
parents.
has to wash his
Mm-mm.
dishes. I turned around. Mama smacked me
I know she
clear
did.
in my mouth. I bet you I didn't say anything the rest
I
of the
bet you
week.
didn't.
I was just sucking on my lip.
I bet you
It
didn't.
only take me one time.
I was
to
never
learn.
the one to go into my room and like scream under my breath or do it. Like I never was like that. Like if my parents said it, I was gonna listen to it, but I also was like, I'm gonna figure out what I still want to do and how I want to go about doing it. And so it was never like most of the time when I got spankings, it was for something after the fact. It wasn't for like, oh, you've already been told this. Now we're going to spank you because you didn't do it. It was like, oh, this wasn't okay. I didn't realize this wasn't okay. And then, like I said, I
hoped you
had
were
my
getting
moments
beat
where I was witty and I just
Not
worked
before.
the. Oh yeah, I definitely was one of those kids that
think-
was like, I'm not gonna ask for permission. I'm just gonna do it, and then if I'm in trouble, I'm in trouble.
Yeah.
I was one of those kids, 130%.
I was too scaredy.
Mm-mm. I used to go outside and pick my switch. All that stuff. Like, I already... This is probably why Izzy, at one point, Izzy walked up to us when he was little, when we still did spankings and stuff. And was it Izzy or Zion? It might have been Zion. I don't know. It was one of them. I get them mixed up. Anyways, there's mom guilt. He walked up, he holds out his hand, tells me to pop his hand because he was getting ready to go do something. He was about to go do it, so he wanted to go ahead and get his popping of his hand out of the way.
Oh, no.
Yeah.
Nope.
Yeah.
See, Brooklyn gets pops, but honestly, most of the time, if you just look at her, she'll just start
That's Bella.
crying.
You have that child scared of everything, including the man. Like, who the man is, I don't know.
So
I'm not mad about it.
We have since exited from the man,
Thank
but
God.
the man did work. The man was,
There's her gender roles.
I
for
don't
you guys.
know. I can't even remember how we came up with the man. I think it's because
I don't know, but I remember she was really scared.
when-
of
I
him.
don't know. You used to use Santa, and then it was the Easter Bunny or something else, and then it just became like this ominous the
yeah, it was the man.
man.
I don't know who the man was, but it worked.
I just know she was like, threaten her. Just threaten her with the man if she bad. I'm like, I ain't doing that.
Oh
Who is
yeah,
the man?
the man worked.
I usually just threaten her with, you won't get to come over to Aunt Danielle's house no more.
Yeah, because she finds that fun as
And
well.
that's usually like, oh no.
Yeah, that and now
I don't even threaten
now
kids
keep in
anymore.
mind this was
part
before
of being gentle
iPad.
parenting.
Now iPad is like the holy grail.
So if she loses her iPad, that's an issue.
oh my gosh, that's the end of the world. She'll do anything to keep that iPad.
Do you monitor screen time? Like, how long does she have a certain amount of screen time she's allowed to have, or do you just let her
yes
just have at it?
and No, it's very
Bash
gray.
iPad parents.
What'd you say?
Bash
No,
iPad
no.
parents.
She's probably because she's still an outdoor kid. She
Okay.
loves being outside.
I love hearing kids
So I want to
laughing
say
outside.
maybe she's on her iPad. Her iPad is currently broke. So if it was working, maybe 30 minutes after school a day.
Oh,
Because
that's
her
nothing.
bedtime is super early.
That's I
like
forgot y'all sent her to
Brooklyn-
bed when the
yeah,
sun's still up.
Brooklyn is going to bed probably 7:30. Yeah.
So we're going to get ready to kind of wrap this episode up. So we're going to wrap it up with a couple, kind of getting to know us. Well, no, we didn't really talk about mom free time.
What is
We
that?
don't have that.
Because we didn't
This
talk
is
about it
our
because it doesn't
free
exist.
time.
Here we are, mom free time. This is
I guess
we're
we get
gonna.
in with our Mother's Day plans.
That's what I
like
was
we
gonna-
plan to do
You gonna do
tomorrow.
that? Okay, I was gonna ask for your hype mom
No.
songs. Nope, you won't do songs. And I still have
my-
a mom joke too.
My hype song is Every Woman. I love me some Shaka Khan, but Whitney Houston's version. That song hypes me up. It's
Really?
like, yes, like I am that chick, I am that woman. I can do anything. And it just makes me feel like I got it. Like even when I'm headed to work and I got to do a presentation, like that is
Yeah.
like my like hype song.
I
Really?
love that.
Yeah.
I like Megan Trainor. Her song "Better When I'm Dancing."
I don't think I've heard that song before.
That I love that. My students all sing it all the time too because I play it every morning. So it's one of the things. So let's talk about. Let me do this mom joke. You guys
Okay,
ready? And
I'm
then we'll
ready.
talk about our plans for this weekend. All right. I have. There's two. Do you guys want number one or number two?
I don't care.
Number 2.
Number two it is. How do you know that it is not easy being a mom?
Because of the weight gain.
Shut up.
Because we eat our feelings.
Well, the answer
Try to
is.
push children out of our vagina.
Yeah, that's always a great reason.
Hey, I'm a
too.
C-section mom, but yeah.
Yeah. It's not easy being a mom because if it were, dads would do it.
Oh, that's funny.
That's really bad when we took over their podcast. You should have picked one.
Do you want to pick number one? We'll go
This
back.
is my fault. Let's
When
run that
does
back.
a joke become a mom joke?
When a dad wouldn't say it.
Oh!
Is that the answer?
It's not the answer.
No.
But that was fantastic. Gold. That was a score. I loved it.
Yeah.
No, the answer is when it becomes apparent. Ha ha ha, ha.
Yeah, we're gonna stick
I
with
think
the first
you're-
joke.
Mom
We're
joke.
gonna stick with the first one.
So clearly, you're just as worse as Fred.
It's supposed to be. It's a mom joke. It's supposed to be.
She picked the
Not
corny
witty.
one with Fred and
It's
I.
supposed
I
to be
feel like
corny.
you guys should spam the comments with tomatoes if y'all are like, ugh.
They're supposed to be corny. If you
My
want a
thing
real
is,
joke, go see
Are they
a
gonna make it
comedian.
to the mom joke? Because we've been recording for
We
far too
have.
long.
We have been
Oh,
talking
dear.
a very long time.
Okay.
All right. And so with that in mind, let's just say what so since this is Mother's Day weekend, we all have some kind of little plans or something. I am going to my mother's house tomorrow. I am making her a fiesta. I am cooking. I like to make Hispanic dishes. It's like my thing. And so I'm making all the things and we're gonna eat and it's gonna be so good and yummy.
Mm.
So yeah.
You can go.
Oh, me? Oh, well, thank you. So everyone is coming to my house. So my mother-in-law and of course my mom, Fred is going to grill out. So I'm excited. He took out every meat item out of the freezer to ensure that it is
That is
ready.
A blessing.
So he's
'Cause
going to
Vash usually
have.
only does one meat.
Shut up.
That's freaking hilarious.
I am extremely restricted, right? You don't need two meats. There's only one protein. But anywho, so he is going to grill because I believe in Mother's Day that tomorrow I shouldn't have to cook, clean. I just want to be pampered. I just want to truly relax. And I've gotten chocolate covered strawberries.
Yummy.
We have some Bath and Body Work packages, balloons. We started setting up actually before we headed over here. So I'm super excited.
Oh, that's gonna be really
Yeah.
cute.
I really don't have any plans. I'm not gonna lie. I closed my store, so I just don't have to be there. I just want to relax and
Sorry.
do nothing for the day. Jessica's killing me, but that's it. I'm just gonna stay home, love on my babies, maybe
Yeah.
watch some TV and relax.
I love it. That's a great idea.
Which means that we need the husbands to do their part, right? So that means tomorrow we should not cook, clean, or even parent. I
She's
think
only
we
saying
should
this because
be.
he's behind the camera.
But I'm saying this as a warning to all the dads out there, even though you'll be seeing this,
After Mother's Day,
Yeah.
right?
probably.
But think, the man in
That's
charge
tomorrow.
said it'll come out tomorrow. So that means you got to watch it so that you know how to treat your mom and your spouse. So,
How do they usually close their show, guys?
with
Do
like
they do
a
like
with
a
like
clap out?
Like,
no, we say our names again.
Yeah. So,
Oh, the random fact.
the random fact is.
The random fact is we don't usually do this shit. And
You
we
got it.
may not do it again. So
I mean, you guys let us know. Do you want us to make a comeback?
I don't think I
'Cause
want to know what they think.
me either.
I would like to know. I'm curious.
I could care
I don't
less
even know if
about
I'm gonna
people's
watch the episode myself. So
I
there we
don't
go.
consistently watch the episode.
thoughts.
But I
Okay,
watch
guys.
the reels.
No,
I
on
watch
that
the
note,
reels.
I'm Mrs. Benjamin.
I'm Danielle.
I'm Vashni, Mrs. Freedom.
Oh, it's Mother's Day weekend, y'all. I'm gonna be my own self.